Hi, I'm Redneck Computer Geek. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be opening up a Homesteader's Delight. It's from McMurray's Hatchery. This particular order is 10 guaranteed hens. It's 2 turkeys straight run, 2 geese straight run, and 2 ducks straight run. It was $96 in order to order it. We're in Maine, which means it's one of the further shipping costs, which is $27. So basically it's 16 birds for $123. So we're going to show you what we get. Now keep in mind, we do not get a choice on anything of the birds. Whatever you end up with will be totally different than what I end up with. We're really just doing this in order to go and see how well the packaging is, what the birds look like, what condition they're in, and just to show you what it is to expect. So yet again, it should be 10 chickens, 2 turkeys, 2 ducks, and 2 geese. I've ordered several of these in the past. I've actually had multiples that have ended up coming in with either an extra duck or an extra chicken or an extra turkey. And that's because when they do out Homesteader Delights, they end up including like ones that aren't exactly the best as a third or something like that. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with an extra one this year. In the past, I've been able to nurse all of them back to health, so here we go. One point out I'd like to go and make is that if you're setting up new chicks, it's really a good idea to have probiotics and also electrolytes while you're setting them up. Also, when you open up your package, you're going to notice on the side here is this write-up. And basically what it states is if you have other chickens around or you have other potential farm animals, that you really should take the time to wash your hands and double check everything and keep them separated while they're acclimating. Now, as you can see right there, the little puffy head, that's probably the goose, I bet, right there. So, let's pop these snaps. Be really careful. You want to pop the snaps going up, which is not the way you would normally do it, but you want to make sure you're not stabbing into anybody's head. Now, back in the old days when they used to send these, the box was actually about 3 times bigger, and they used to actually subjugate the ducks and geese, the turkeys and the chickens. Now they just send them in one giant, well, smaller box that's slightly bigger. It's taller than what the originals used to be. And while we're at it, I'd like to send a thank you out to Miss Nally at McMurray's Hatchery for doing a fine job on setting these up. Now here we go. Now when you're looking at this one here with the coloration that is speckled, this is how turkeys usually will show up. You'll see that they have more of kind of an off-roadish type thing or something that's more out there in the woods. Obviously we've got the geese. They're going to be a lot bigger than the rest of them. And it looks like we ended up with 2 different types of ducks. We've got one that looks like it's probably some sort of mallard or some other type of duck of that nature. And we've got one that is really, really fat and plump. I bet he's probably a pekin of some sort. He's a little lethargic. We're going to give him some special care. So as you can see in perspective, here's an old school Furby. The geese, as 1 day old, are just about the size of him. And we've got one chick that is definitely different than the others. And we got the little brown guys, which I'm betting are probably New Hampshires or Rhode Islands. And actually, after looking at this, I think this one's actually the turkey. Yep, he is. You can see on his nose, he's got the stubble right there. So these are actually the two turkeys we ended up with. Because if you look at the nose, you'll see that little stub there, right there, versus a chicken, which doesn't have that stub. So we ended up with two different types of turkeys, two different types of ducks, and what looks like probably a male and a female of the same breed of goose, which would be awesome. The geese are what I was really honestly looking for in this package. The rest are for the fiance. So there you go. Now when you separate them out, or rather when you first set them up, it's okay to have them together to start with, but you have to remember that the geese and the ducks are going to end up running over the chickens, so you need to make sure to separate them out within a few days. Otherwise, they'll end up smothering the poor little baby chicks. If you like this video, subscribe. We're going to do a lot more homesteading stuff and more things of this nature in the future. Hi guys, just a 5-second add-on here. If you look at your shipping label, it is supposed to say hold at post office and call. One of the things that I would really recommend due to my own post office issues is that you call yourself and make sure whether they do or do not have the package every morning of the week that they're supposed to have the package. I've had issues with getting notified in the past.